This is the brand new 2025 Tesla Model Y facelift. It's the car that's gonna save Tesla, or so they hope. In this video, I'm gonna show you the exterior, the interior, and then we're gonna take it for a drive. Let's get into it. And before we get into the full video, I have to say that it's not sponsored by Elon Musk, and we're not going to show Tesla this video before we put it out. They've kindly provided us with this car because it is one of the top selling cars in Australia and the top selling EV. And when it gets a facelift, we have to cover it. So while we're at the back, let's talk about the new design of the new Model Y. You've got this new rear end, which I quite like the look of. The taillights are very Model 3, but there's this red glowing light bar at the back that mimics the one at the front, which I'm about to show you. Tesla badging back here. We've got the Glacier color. It's also a brand new color. I really like the look of this color. Diffuser down the back, flat underside to help with range. And let's have a look down the side. So nothing's really changed down the side of the car. It still has that sort of egg shape to it. Don't particularly love the side profile of the Model Y, never have, but nonetheless, it's the same. Come around the front. New Cybertruck-like light bar design. So you've got this light bar which at night runs all the way across the front of the car, and during the day it's just a little bit harder to see. The headlights are actually now down here in the lower portion of the bumper. I think it looks quite good. You guys let me know what you think of the new design of this Model Y, and has it been updated to your taste and your liking? I quite like it. It's modern, it's Cybertrucky, and it's very angular and quite masculine actually, I think too. And being an EV, there's no engine up the front, so there's heaps of space for a front trunk, right? Yes. The Tesla Model Y has one of the biggest in the industry at 117 litres. It's not going to be enough for a cabin suitcase, but if you've got a giant duffel bag or camera bag, it's heaps of space. You can even fit more stuff in there. Very happy with that. And while we're on the topic of space, let's talk about the boot space, because the Model Y, powered tailgate, has always had one of the largest boots in this sort of medium SUV category, in the electric vehicle category too. You've got this quite frustrating to use load cover, I'm not gonna lie. This thing does drive me insane, I have no idea how to use it, but 854 litres of space back here, including this giant pit, which I think I could almost disappear into. That's big. It's actually kind of comfortable back here. So now we're inside the new Tesla Model Y, and they had to absolutely nail this interior because there is a lot riding on this car. I'm gonna get serious, I'm gonna take my sunglasses off. They've done it. Honestly, the interior of the car is very, very good. This is pretty much a brand new car. It has something like 12 kilometers on it, so it does look brand new, but it's premium. For one, the seats, you could mistake it for leather. It's as good as any synthetic leather in any car that's less than, say, 120,000 Australian dollars. So really impressive. Everywhere you touch, soft touch materials, including all the way up here on the upper dashboard, which continues that leather theme. Stitching everywhere, which elevates the experience inside the cabin. They've even got rid of some of these rattles, which drove me insane in the previous model car. Very impressive. I'm going to jump to the handheld camera and show it to you in more detail. You've got the same sort of wireless phone charging as before, the same general storage area here, which is extremely deep. I mean, look, it almost swallows my entire arm. 2 cup holders, which are American size and have little rubber grommets there to stop your drink bottles from moving around. Even these are damped and line up perfectly. In the past, I've sort of complained that these rattle around a little bit. There's a little bit of play in that one, but they're not gonna make any sound. Center console storage, once again, huge. It goes all the way down here. If you want more storage, go buy a truck or something. I can't really get over the quality of the materials in this cabin, even down to the door handle here, where it's not real leather. It's the same one that's found on the seats and on the upper trim of the dashboard, but it just feels very high quality. And this material here is very Polestar to Polestar in general, I would say. I'm not sure if it's recycled, but once again, it's soft. Everything is padded. Up here where your arm rests, padded too. It's really, really comfortable. It's at the right height. You've got that LED light bar running all the way down here from the door. We'll talk about the touchscreen in a second. And they've actually fixed this sort of leather that was used on the steering wheels of previous Model 3s and Model Ys. They've updated it for the Model 3, and we see similar material here. This is a different type of material here, but it's sort of similar to what's been used on the seats, but I quite like the scripted Tesla logo here. Steering wheel will look very familiar to those that have driven new Model 3, except for one thing. No silly steering wheel indicators. We've got a precision engineered indicator stalk, which I have to say, does actually sound quite good. I'm quite used to driving Teslas around, and I think if you were an owner, you'd get used to a lot of things, but there are some slight things which I can't really get around. And the first one is this glove box, which can only be opened through the touchscreen. But before you jump on your high horse and say, this is the dumbest thing in the world, it is one of the nicest glove boxes that I've used. Hit that button. It's damped for one, which I can't say for even cars like the new Aston Martin Vantage, but it's also magnetized. I can't think of another glove box that I've ever used that's magnetized, and I'm kind of here for it. And check out the reversing camera. So many different angles. It's got the sensors going, it's got the lines on the screen. I'm definitely not going to hit these people behind me. Don't love the drive selector too much, but you take the good with the bad. So if you spend any time in new Model 3 or Teslas in general, you'll notice this giant tablet touchscreen, which has kind of been adopted by almost every single car in the industry at this point, at least those coming out of China, which have become prevalent in Australia. There are so many functions in this, I would have to dedicate an entire video to it. But what you basically want to know about is how snappy is this thing and what does it actually do. So you can control a lot of the car here on the front sort of home screen, and then you jump into the menus, which are here. You've got the rear screen, navigation, camera, dash cam, energy meter, phone, calendar, messages, zoom, all these things. But the one that I love the most is the arcade. So you actually use the car's controls for this. So you use the steering wheel, the accelerator, and the brake, which is pretty insane. And if it doesn't work, I'm gonna crash straight into that concrete barrier. So let's see how it goes. I'll turn up the sound. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted. I want Model Y. Does it have the new Model Y? No. All right, we'll use old Model Y. Let's go ludicrous. So you can see I am controlling the car, and I suck at this because it's been a while since I played this. Don't hate me. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But it's just not the best way to spend your time while you're charging the car. It's weird because there's actually like steering wheel feedback given to me. Like it's as if I'm on the road. Like I can feel sort of weight through the steering wheel. Oh my God, I died. It's hilarious. And when I want to brake, I can use the actual car brake. Oh my God, that shows a light too. Oh, this is so funny. Uh-oh, I think who knows what happened there. Oh, and while we're looking at the arcade, there's one more app that I absolutely love, which is the toy box. Yes, you can play fart sounds inside the vehicle and outside the vehicle too. But I want to go over here to the boombox because this is hilarious. You can play songs outside the vehicle, and I've got just the song. And how is the back of the new Model Y? Well, it's just as spacious as it has always been. I've always enjoyed sitting in the back of these as Ubers. But I can already tell you the rear seats aren't squeaking, which was a massive issue in the previous generation models. And the leather quality, the general interior quality hasn't really dropped from the front to the back seats, which has become like a really common thing to find in new cars. They keep all the nice stuff up the front where you spend most of your time and do a little bit of cost cutting in the back. Matte pockets, the leather soft touch materials extend, not quite as soft here on the sort of middle of the door cards. Soft touch materials down here, and the synthetic leather does extend all the way to the bottom of the doors. This is in my driving position, and I have honestly 25 centimeters of legroom in front of me, and I'm about 6 foot tall. Armrest with the cup holders. little bit of scratchy plastic material there hidden behind them, but generally quite good. Space-wise, I think you could pretty comfortably fit 4 people in this car and squeeze a 3rd person in for shorter trips. 2 USB ports in the rear here, vents in the rear, and a rear touchscreen, which I'll show you right now. A lot of the same things from the front touchscreen. Back here, you've got climate control positions, which over here controlled the same way as the front. You've got seat controls. You actually have rear seat heating in the base Model Y, which is pretty impressive. Oh, and while we're back here, on a practicality note, the rear seats are power folding. Look at that. How cool is that? And it has a pretty flat load space. And this is on a car that's like mid $60,000. It has electronic rear folding seats. They've thought of a lot of things with this car.
These are the top line range and performance figures for the Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive that we're driving today. You can pause them now on screen. And these are the top line specs for the top of the range all-wheel drive model that's also available in Australia right now. And now we know a little bit more about the Tesla Model Y in terms of range performance. It's time to get behind the wheel.
All right, so behind the wheel of the brand new Tesla Model Y. We're driving the rear-wheel drive model, which is the entry-level model, and I've spent probably about 150, 200 kilometers driving it already behind the scenes. And I have to say, I'm seriously impressed by this thing. The first thing that stands out to me is the suspension. I really liked the updated suspension in the new Model 3, and I think it's carried over here in the Model Y. Previously, that car just felt too stiff for me, a little bit too skateboardy, and I feel like the battery, the stiffness that brought sort of took away from some of the ride comfort. The steering is also remarkably good. I don't think people give Tesla quite enough credit for having really good vehicle dynamics. I mean, look at that, over that bump there, really impressive. The steering is direct, sharp, quick enough, except it's not twitchy. And the lane keep assistance doesn't pull the steering wheel out of your hands either. The way the accelerator and brake pedal are tuned are pretty much spot on, gives you the amount of acceleration that you're expecting, and the regenerative braking is assisted by the cameras, so when you pull up to junctions and intersections, it slows down for you. When I look at a car that has good suspension, it's usually when the dampers or the ride, it's a one up, one down sort of action. So there's a bump, it compresses, it decompresses, and does it bounce after the fact. And I think a lot of EVs really struggle with that, whereas this Model Y, it's pretty impressive. It hits a bump, it lifts, it damps, and it doesn't bounce around, which is quite impressive because these batteries do add a lot of sort of innate stiffness to the chassis, and I think they've done a pretty good job at engineering out a lot of that stiffness and making it nice and comfortable. And then there's the power. So this is the base model car with the least amount of power. The acceleration is still pretty solid for an electric vehicle, and as you can see right there, you can do a 60 to 80 overtake pretty easily. And I think the rear-wheel drive single motor setup also aids with that front axle steering, and it unweights the front, so a little bit more about what those front wheels are doing, because all they have to do is change direction. They don't have to put power to the ground in any way. We'll do a little 40 to 80 here just to show you what the in-gear acceleration is like. So you're cruising around right now and then you floor it. It's pretty good. I don't think you need much more than that. That's certainly faster than any petrol car for this sort of money. You do have traffic aware cruise control and autopilot beta in this car. I used the traffic aware cruise control on the way up to the Blue Mountains this weekend. It's very good. You can adjust the distance from the car in front. It's pretty much radar cruise control essentially. So it does a really good job of picking up the car in front of you, as you can probably see on the screen when cars drive past, and giving you that distance. And then there's that thing, a precision indicator. It's really interesting. It'll indicate until I'm in the lane. So watch this. I don't actually have to cancel it. You just hit it once. Then once it knows that I'm in the lane, it automatically cancels, which is really smart. What else have I experienced on my drive up to the Blue Mountains? Well, even the base model sound system is really good. You get a better sound system in the long range dual motor, should I say. But this sound system's still pretty darn good. I know it's funny when it's like an unbranded sound system and it sounds this good, because so many manufacturers love putting a brand on it to make it sound better than it is on paper, but the sound system in this car is exceptional. I can see all around me out the front here. It's a big aspect ratio. Out the rear, my rear visibility at the rear view mirror is not the best. That's never been a hallmark of Tesla vehicles. Down the side though, no blind spots, and you have the camera anyway to back you up. I think maybe my only real complaint when it comes to the way the car drives is it's honestly the seat.
And it's really comfortable around town. I think the synthetic leather is amongst the best that I've ever touched. But it doesn't really do a good job through the seat base, and you do find your bum moving around a little bit and your back as well. It's fairly well supported through the back, and it only really becomes an issue when you're sort of pushing the car a little bit more, but obviously we can't do that today because it is busy. So how do I sum up the driving experience in the Model Y? Very, very good. For a car that's mid $60,000, and this is the base model, the ride quality is really good. The steering gives you plenty of feedback. It's quick, the rack, but it's not twitchy. The brake, the accelerator pedal just do exactly what you expect them to do. There's enough punch even from this single motor model. I mean, it's probably more power than anyone buying this car would need. There are really not many notes for me. They've nailed the chassis. I think one of the biggest complaints I had from driving the dual range, dual motor performance model was just how stiff it was. The chassis was just overly stiff. It's riding on the 19-inch wheels and no stiffness. Be interesting to drive the dual motor because it has bigger wheels and you might have a little bit more crashiness over potholes and things like that, but honestly, I'm pretty impressed.
So that's it for the brand new 2025 Tesla Model Y. Let me know if you think they've done enough to save their sales. I think they have. I think they've absolutely nailed this car. It has a great exterior design. I think it's nice and sharp and masculine. I think the interior is so premium and I love the way it drives, I can't even lie. I think sometimes the best products are made when companies are in dire need of a great one, and I think Tesla's done it.
Hit the like button, hit the bell, it helps with the algorithm.